All right. So we're going to be showing off my infographic for CEN3031. So we're going to have our start off with the title, Revolutionizing Your Product Backlog, Kanban Boards and User Stories. Um, so for our problem formulation section, we're going to say the product backlog, that is the parts of the product that need to be managed and completed, are a vital part of any software development lifecycle. The Kanban board technique, and by extension, the use of the user stories, is an incredibly useful and simple way to effectively manage this backlog. Now, this is going to be covering Somerville Chapter 3 in our textbook. That's the section that I discussed how to backlog and Kanban boards and user stories and such. For our literature search, we're going to be talking about 3 different sources. So first of all, according to Naja Damij et al., Kanban, the overall process, not just the boards, is a gradual improvement method used in many fields. According to Erica Corona et al., a Kanban board is a useful visualization of this method. The following table shows off what Kanban and Kanban boards can do. If we look at our table, we can see Kanban has several benefits, namely minimizing work and progress activities, highlighting constraints, coordinating teamwork, enhancing product visibility, improving software quality, boosting team motivation, bolstering communication between your team, building collaboration in your team, and of course, increasing customer satisfaction, because that's what it's all about. Finally, according to Fabian Gilson et al., user stories are a valuable way to record requirements from a user perspective. These requirements can then be put into the Kanban board to be worked on by the development team. Next, we're going to move on to the critical analysis. Kanban boards and the use of user stories in order to create them is vital to the modern day planning of software development. Below is an example of a simple Kanban board that could be helpful for the coordination of a team project. So you can see here just a very simple, just one entry in each category Kanban board for a very simple, this is basically the most bare bones Kanban board you can have. A backlog section, a work in progress / in progress section, and a complete section. So we're gonna have just this is assuming it's for something like a website. So we could say that the team could have completed the design welcome page already, but they put that in the complete category. They're currently working on adding support for accounts, so that's work in progress. And then the backlog of stuff they haven't started at all yet would be complete SQL integration. Next up is the evaluation. So Kanban boards serve numerous benefits. Chiefly among those are their ability to minimize work in progress activities, as seen above, and help team members focus on user requirements provided by user stories. These boards are beneficial and incredibly valuable to the average team that might have trouble with coordinating their efforts on the most important parts of their project without a framework like Kanban and to actually base their thoughts around. Now, a section here at the end, what is most interesting about Kanban boards? I mean, what really makes them important? What sets them apart? And as well, what is interesting about user stories? Kanban boards give a visual way of understanding what is most important about a project. Basically, just these specific sections are split into different groups of activities, basically, like adding support for accounts that's really important, and also possibly broken down into smaller tasks as well. Kanban boards are simple and free to set up both in a physical and digital environment. So really, they can be used by any team, anywhere, for any purpose. Just in a broad sense, very useful. Now for user stories can mesh very well with Kanban boards by giving developers a good idea of what tasks are most important. For example, these could be based on user stories. For example, you could say one of the user stories was the user might want to have a welcome page that is understandable and easy to sign up with. So that was the basis for the design welcome page part of the Kanban board. And user stories also this is what's really important. User stories give a way for intended consumers to have a say in what features a final product will have, which benefits both them because they get the product they want, and developers because they make the product that the consumers want, and therefore, of course, gain more consumers, which is what a product would typically want.